What's up, YouTube? It's Paul here again from Fandad Menace. I think I must apologise for the lateness of this video. I have been extremely busy and extremely ill. I've had hay fever. I've had my second jab of the AstraZeneca. Yeah, the AstraZeneca jab, which made me ill yesterday. The first one I was okay with. And hay fever over the weekend. I could not see out of my eyeballs. So I'm back again anyway, and before we start I've got to give a shout out to Nutty Nathan and his incredible Labrador Alan, who is a chocolate lab, and it's the first recorded chocolate lab in history that isn't fat as fuck. And apparently he can also do press ups. So nice one, Alan. Anyhow, guess who we're talking about today? Yes, the man on the screen, Harrison Ford, the legend himself, is finally making Indiana Jones 5 and the Temple of the Womb, probably. What can we say? I haven't really seen anything that gives anything away about the plot other than a lot of photos of World War II vehicles, trains, bikes, cars, trucks, the sort of vehicles that we saw in Raiders of the Lost Ark. So I'm not really sure at all. Is there time travel involved? I don't know. But anyway, Harrison Ford, star of the show, born on the 13th of July 1942. Yeah, it's his birthday. Christ, he's 79. He's 78 years old and he's making action movies. He's 79 next month. Crikey O'Reilly. He's got 5 kids. He's 79 years old nearly. But he's made some of the most iconic movies that you could possibly wish to see. He's been in Star Wars as Han Solo, obviously. He was in one of my favourites is Patriot Games with Sean Bean. If you haven't seen that, check it out. It's from the Jack Ryan novels by, Tom Clancy. It's a great adaptation. He was in Apocalypse Now when he was about, I think he was still in his 20s or 30s. Blade Runner, Ridley Scott's masterpiece, sci-fi, dystopian future, call it what you will. Clear and Present Danger is another one of my favourites. That's kind of a sequel to Patriot Games. The list goes on and on and on and on. Right, let's have a look at this story because this is quite good. He's been filming in Scottish borders in the UK. He's been filming at Bamborough Castle, which is where I'm going. It's Friday today. Me and the wife's going to Bamborough Castle tomorrow for a couple of days. He's been filming up there and down North Yorkshire, I think, Yorkshire Moors. And then he's moved on to London. I think he's gone down to Elstree. Anyway, let's have a look. Have a quick read of this. Jesus. Harrison Ford, 78. Is he too old? I don't want to be ageist, but he's 78. He's as old as a lot of people's granddads. Do you want to see your granddad running after Germans? I don't know. I hope it's good. I really pray that this movie's good. Anyway, spotted filming near the Scottish border as he reprises film role. So he's up in the Scottish Highlands. Oh, I can see a man crossing the moors. Oh, hang on a minute. He's just wearing a shirt and a wee hat. I've no idea what he's doing or who he is. Give me those, you wee tart. Ah, that's Harrison Ford, you fucking doughball. Harrison Ford was pictured filming close to the Scottish border as he reprises his role as Indiana Jones. Ford, 78, will play the famous adventurer for a 5th time in a blockbuster film set for release next summer 2022, folks. The star has been filming in the UK over the past week and was pictured out and about in Newcastle, where part of the movie is being shot. It is thought Northumberland's Bamborough Castle was also used as a location for the production. Oh man, he was down on what we call the quayside in Newcastle, which is kind of like, I don't know, a sort of a posh end of Newcastle next to the river, and he was out and about down there. I think he was with a couple of, I don't know, runners or people from the production, but he got sort of swarmed by fans, which he's going to. He's been Indiana Jones for 40 years. Do you think nobody's going to come up to you and say, "Oh, Harrison, you can't mint you?" Like,
"Hey man, Harrison, what you doing here, like? Are you having a look around the quayside and that? Would you like to go to Greg's with us, and I'll get you a chicken bake, and I'll get you a Pepsi, and you can get a meal deal for £3.40. Would you like to come up there?"
What the hell did you say, boy? I can't even understand the word you're saying. That's not how the Force works. I just want to go for a walk around. God damn you. Now listen, all you people. I can't be giving out autographs all the time. Why don't you just all get the fuck?
On Friday, Ford was pictured in his famous hat and jacket close to the Leaderfoot Viaduct near Melrose, with a production crew in tow. Social media users had speculated the production was coming to the Scottish border earlier in the week, when signs started to appear close to the area to warn of closure of public places. The film is yet to be titled, and it's also set to star former Bond villain Mads Mikkelsen. I like Mads. I'm trying to think what I've seen him in. The only thing I can remember him in is Rogue One. He built the Death Star, so there you go. And Ford has said the film, which is to be directed by James Mangold. Now, Mangold did Logan, which I thought was like one of the best movies. It was probably the best movie of the year that it was released, because it was a masterpiece, because I say so. But Mangold's also responsible for spitting venom towards fans. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out a channel called Geeks and Gamers. Jeremy from The Quartering, check him out because he's pretty good. World Class Bullshitters, I think they did something. And very possibly one of my favourites, Nerdrotic, Gary Beekler, check them out. Yeah, he because one of the fans said that the film might not be very good because Harrison Ford's 78, and because something to do with the people that have written the script, the fan didn't agree with. He didn't like the fact that Kathleen Kennedy had anything to do with it, which hopefully we'll talk about her a little bit later. And then Mangold went on Twitter and said that this guy was basically a basement dweller, so lived in a cellar because he was a movie fan, and just other things besides that. That's not how you treat your customers. That's not how you garner attention for your movie. What he should have said was, "Hi there, buddy. Please give this movie a chance. We are doing everything in our power to make this a great send-off for Indiana Jones. Please come along and make up your own mind when the movie's finished. But until then, let us do the best that we can. I have personally worked on the script," because it turns out that Mangold has actually worked on the script, so it might be alright. And yada yada yada. Yours truly, James Mangold. Don't call people names and basically tell them to go F themselves, because it's just not the way you do business. I hate the way directors talk to fans, and I hate this phrase, toxic fandom. And I like the phrase that Henry Cavill used when he said it's not toxic fandom, it's just passion. That's exactly what it is. Anyway, it has been 13 years since the release of the last film in the Indiana Jones franchise. See, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, some of it I enjoyed because you've got Indy back, but he was getting too old then. And that was 13 years ago, man. I don't know what they can do with a 78-year-old guy. With the amount of physical activity that Indiana Jones gets up to, I don't know. They're going to have to either dumb it down or get some stunt guys in and doubles, and just takes away from the essence of what cinema used to be. I know that Harrison Ford used to do a lot of his own stunts, and he's always getting injured. Always. Harrison Ford, 78, may need surgery after injuring shoulder while filming action scene for Indiana Jones 5. As the crew is warned of 4 to 5 week filming break. 78-year-old star is said to have hurt himself while rehearsing for the highly anticipated action film and aggravated an old injury. He's got plenty of old. How many injuries has he had? He knocked himself on the Force Awakens. The fucking Millennium Falcon door fell on him, pinned him by his pelvis. Ended up with a cracked pelvis and a broken or dislocated ankle. He cut his hand and yada yada yada. He's crashed 2 fucking planes. Like, the man's just a walking disaster, and now he's gone to... What's he been doing?
So, okay, Harrison, yeah, so you come at the guy, and you want to fist him in the face, man, because you want to mush his face in, because he's like a German kind of Nazi guy, and you just want to do all this sort of thing, okay? So he comes at you like that, and go like that, and then you got to counter him with this kind of thing, okay? You get where I'm coming from, like? So, listen to me, you punk. You come at me like, you go, oh my God!
Filming action. Oh, he was filming an action scene on a train within Pinewood Studios in Buckinghamshire when he felt it go. Where did it go? I don't know. It's not known yet if he will fly back to the US for surgery. It's all up in the air. I fucking hope not, because he'll crash the bastard. And schedules are being rewritten. I mean, look at the poor guy. He's 112, you know. That's just more of the same. A Disney source told Deadline, rehearsing for a fight scene, Harrison Ford sustained an injury. That's as much as we know, isn't it? So, ouchie. Harrison Ford injured on the set, but he's totally fine. Thanks for asking. I don't think... Right, let's have a look. I don't think Spielberg... There's something here about Spielberg, because he didn't want to have anything to do with it. Right, I'll just do this last piece. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of Delays, because this film has been obviously trying to get off the ground since the last one, 13 years ago. Indiana Jones 5 has long been in the works. Might not be able to afford too many more delays. The film has been pushed back several times and will arrive well over a decade after the franchise's most recent entry, 2008, Crystal Skull. More than 4 decades after the very first film. 1981's Raiders of the Lost Ark, which was directed by Spielberg. Spielberg, who had directed the first 4 films, was reluctant to return, and I don't know why. I might have to look into that. He was reluctant to return to the director's chair, leaving Mangold to step in. However, he's still on board as producer. Trouble is, Kathleen Kennedy's on board and all. Oh, I'll go through the cast. I've got the cast somewhere. So you can see Harrison Ford, we know him. Phoebe Waller-Bridge. She's going to bring it up to date and modernise it. She's going to teach Indy how to be better, because I know that's what she's there for. You'll see. Mads Mikkelsen. Thomas Kretschmann. No, I didn't recognise him with his goggles on, but he's the boat. He was on King Kong. He's the boat driver guy. Yeah, there he is. King Kong. Oh, Resident Evil and Blade 2. Oh, I recognise him from King Kong. He seems like a decent actor. Boyd Holbrook, I quite like him. He was in Logan. Bad guy, Bionic Hand. Don't know Shawnette. Renee Wilson. I do not know Shawnette. Let's have a look. Oh, she was in Black Panther. Oh, Toby Jones. I love Toby Jones. I think he's great. I'm sure he was in some of the Marvel. Wasn't he in some of the Marvel movies as a mad scientist? The best thing I've seen Toby Jones in, and I don't know if anyone in the States watches this, but if you're in the UK and you ever get a chance to see Detectorists, man, I think there was 3 seasons, and it was with, played Lance, there it is there. What do they call him? Mackenzie Crook. I think he might have directed it, but I think Mackenzie Crook wrote it. You probably remember Mackenzie Crook more from Pirates of the Caribbean. He's one of the greatest stage and screen actors, both in his native Great Britain, there you go, and internationally. Toby Edward Heselwood Jones was born in 1966. There you go. We won the World Cup in 1966. Yay. Born in Hammersmith, London. Oh, well, that settles that then. That settles that. Great little actor, Toby Jones. There he is. So he's hurt himself. I mean, it was inevitable, wasn't it? I kind of admire him, but I kind of pity him as well, because I think he's just being wheeled out because they know it's going to be a cash cow. I think it'll probably do well in the cinema. The trouble is, I think the way things are going at the minute, I think he's going to be wheeled out. I think he's going to be led around by that Waller-Bridge woman. She's going to talk down to him all the way through the movie. She's going to make him look like an absolute fool. She's going to teach him to be better and respect women, and then he'll be killed. Indiana Jones will be killed. I know there's loads of people said it on the internet, but I thought of it weeks ago. They'll kill him off. If Kathleen Kennedy has anything to do with it, Kathleen Kennedy, she killed Han Solo, she killed Luke Skywalker, she killed Star Wars, she fucked Star Wars to death with a jackhammer in the ass, and I don't mind saying that. Anyhow, that's what'll happen. That is what'll happen. Will it be good? Well, the last one got slated. I don't even want to say it. Will it be good? I don't think it will, but I hope to God that Mangold pulls something out of the bag, because I would really like to see Indy one more time. I really would. Anyway, thanks for listening. If you watch this all the way through, please like, please share, please think about subscribing. Get my channel elevated a little bit. Try and get some more videos out to you as soon as I can. Most importantly, please leave some comments, because I'd love to see some threads going on my videos. Just people discussing movies, or just even suggestions for movies that I can look into. I've got a list a mile long that I want to go into that I think you'll enjoy. But if you've got any suggestions, drop me a line, comment down below. Please subscribe. Anyway, have a fantastic day, have a fantastic weekend. Whatever you do, look after yourself, and I'll see you again. Bye-bye.